So I've been grinding the crap out of this update since it came out. I have been trying to get as much gear as possible, as many rare items as I possibly can get, because I want to try as many builds as possible. But guys, I found something. I found something that I honestly thought I would have to grind for like months to get, but I got it on the second day. I present to you the triple attunement musket. That's right, folks. We have 3 attunement on a musket. We've got keenly jagged on this build as well. And honestly, I don't even know if this weapon's going to stick around in the game because this is crazy good. So of course, I've got some PvP gameplay for you guys, as well as a breakdown of the build at the end of the video if you want to see exactly what I'm running. And I will do a proper build video in the very near future when I'm closer to actually finishing this build. I just wanted to show you guys what I've gotten done so far. And finally, if you have an awesome fight that you would love to see featured in the New World Top 5 Fights, please send your clip to Kristofer at pvpnewworld.com. And of course, we do the New World Top 5 Fights, so if you have an awesome clip that you would like to see featured in the New World Top 5, you can email a clip to Kristofer at pvpnewworld.com. Now let's get into that PvP commentary. We've already killed a couple players here. This last guy here goes into his ice tomb, trying to escape. I just keep shooting at him with my musket, miss all my shots, really nice stuff. And then he goes and he just starts playing hide behind everything, but oh my god, look at that splat from the musket shot. 3 different attunement procs. We've got the rune glass gem as well. So much damage coming out of it. Look at all these extra little effects. We get a really big shot in the middle of the stack there. Try to take out the flag carrier here, but he makes it to the flag in time. I keep trying to feed him damage. And then I love this ultimate. Oh my god, we managed to pick up a kill with that ultimate. Actually, one of the players behind us there was very low on health as he was climbing up. And then we throw the trap down on this guy here. We go for a few pokes with the rapier. We get some good damage. Unfortunately, there's a little bit too much pressure from the enemies there. So I just keep following with some traps behind here. There's the first shot. Big damage on that. The second shot. Oh my god. The attunement proc alone is doing like 1k damage for all of them together. So every single shot that this build takes is going to be doing like 1k additional damage. That is just... that's nuts. That's so much extra damage, and especially with musket having the highest base weapon damage in the game, it is uniquely the best weapon to take advantage of these triple attunement rolls that you can get. Now, I know you guys might be wondering this. Where did you actually get this weapon? I got it from a chest, like just a regular open world chest in Brimstone. Yeah, so if you guys want to get a triple attunement musket, I would recommend doing chest runs. As lame as that sounds, that's how you get this weapon. Yeah, not crazy exciting, but it works. Oh my god, look at that. 3.8k on the powder burn shot there. But with all of the attunement procs and the dot off the powder burn, that's like 5k damage. Beautiful combo on the healer there to take him down. We were just about to die, and we pull a ton of health out with that ultimate. And then these guys keep chasing me here. 7.5k power shot, no crit. You can't make this stuff up, guys. Oh my god, this build not only hits hard with all of the additional attunement procs, but on top of it, it just is hitting hard with the shots themselves. Holy crap, this patch is just crazy for Buildcraft. And you know what the scary thing about this build is I'm short like 15% thrust damage. That's how much damage we're missing out on already, still, with a build like this. So yeah, I can't wait to finish fully building this thing because it is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to start putting all kinds of different builds together for everything. There is just so much more to it now. And I'm getting a little bit off topic here. We get back on top of this ranged player. Oh my god, the rapier just taking huge chunks out of him. And down he goes. We jump on top of the guy with the flag here. He hits us with a counter stun on the hammer. Tries to lock us down with the great axe, but that's okay. Rapier's going to let us get out of there nice and easy. And then these guys start shooting some stuff at me. I just drop down the side, quickly pop my potion. Nobody chases. We're going to see here the greatsword player jumps on top. He's got that crescent wave. There he steps in the trap. We shoot the first shot. Now that's nice there because we're forcing him to hold block so he can't actually crescent wave us. Anyhow, on to the next fight again. We're playing some capture the flag. Fighting this guy here along the side. He gets me with a nice timing on that sweep there. I managed to dodge the next stun, and then he misses his stun. I miss my shot, and he comes up around the corner. I go for that heavy attack. You know what? Now I've trained myself to use the heavy attack with rapier because I was playing freaking grit rapier. I got to get grit back on this build, and then we're going to be absolutely complete for what it can do. But, oh my god, this poor guy steps in the trap. We go for the flurry. There's the ultimate. Down he goes. The other players here hit me with a really nasty stun combo, but I managed to tank it out thanks to that 16k health and just quickly get around the corner. There's the first shot, the second shot, 6.8k crit on the power shot. Oh my god. And if you guys look carefully, that was like a 2.5k trap. That, you know, that doesn't seem like a ton of damage, but that's how much damage the trap did with all of the attunement procs. Absolutely crazy how much more damage we can get on just such a low damage move like that. But anyway, we're fighting this guy here. He's doing a really good job. He's got good timing. He's got good instincts. He's blocking a lot of my critical attacks. And then the mage comes back, so I quickly change focus to him again. We feed him a bit of damage with the pokes there. And then the spear player does get me with that stun. I take a lot of damage there, but we roll through everybody. We manage to get to cover just in time, quickly heal up. And then I head back up the stairs here, and it looks like everybody has gone to chase the guy who stole the flag. So I just jump on top of this archer here. I start feeding him some damage with my rapier. Oh man, look at that beautiful 4.8k power shot. Not a crazy crit, but with all of the procs on top, that's like almost a 6k power shot, which, you know, that's a lot of damage then. That starts to be a really powerful hit, especially for a ranged attack to hit 6k like that. And now these two guys jump on top. I take a lot of damage from the Great Axe player. He manages to catch me with the Reap really well there. But there is the trap. We hit him with the first shot there. The second shot, he blocks. I go for the heavy attack into the flurry. There's the ultimate. One goes down. The shot, I land it. The second player goes down. And now it's just me and this last guy here. And he retreats back up the staircase. We just keep shooting at him and trying to get on top of him. And he just keeps kiting around the sides. Oh my god, guys, this build, what can I say? You know what? The build isn't even done. It's not even close to done. I just wanted to show you guys how absolutely crazy this weapon drop was and how amazing it feels to get a cool drop like this. Oh my god, Buildcraft is going to be wild. Buildcraft is going to be wild. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching today. I hope you had fun. Now let's take a look at what I'm actually running on this build. I do actually manage to escape out of this fight without getting killed. But anyway, taking a look at the attribute points, we got 350 dex, 73 intel, and 150 con. Now, I'm not running the 150 intel anymore because those jump points are 3% additional damage, not 10%. They got nerfed big time. I think Musket is better off going for a full thrust spec now. And that is exactly what I'm running. And that's why we are doing all thrust damage. We don't have the conversion gem. Yeah. And then taking a look at this side of things, the rapier tree, nothing has changed from what I normally run here. This is your apex rapier tree. Seriously, this is so good. Attacking, defending, moving around. The best rapier setup you can probably play. And then the musket side of things, I love playing this trap musket. Power shot, powder burn, and traps. Really effective. We do have accelerating traps on this build as well, so we got that mobility when we throw traps down. But mostly, I just love the damage that we can do if anybody steps in those traps. Oh my god. So taking a look at the rapier, I have Keenly Jagged and Omnidirectional Evade on the rapier. Now this Keenly Jagged ideally would be somewhere where I have 2 offensive slots on one item, but because I don't have any of that available to me at this moment, it's going to be on here. Otherwise, I'm replacing that with thrust damage. And then on the musket, we've got that triple attunement. Absolutely beautiful. Shirking heals, not ideal. I would like to have accelerating traps here. Maybe you can get a quadruple attunement musket. I don't know if it's even possible, but you definitely want to have a gem slot on the musket because of the additional damage the gem will give you. Now, I'm not going to go too crazy in depth with the gear perks here, but the important perks that we have are Sacrificial Empowerment on a lot of the pieces for that additional base damage that it gives. And then, of course, we've got the Crippling Powder Burn, Accelerating Traps, and Leeching Flurry. But we've got Thrust Harnessing. Thrust Harnessing is so important. If we had fully upgraded Thrust Harnessing on this build, we could have something like 24% additional Thrust Harness. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. That's a huge amount of additional damage for this build. Of course, we got to have Vital Synergy, Shirking Heals on the legs, and then I'm running the Tumbler's Feet Wraps. Shirking Energy on the Feet Wraps and Shirking Energy on the legs, they stack. Very, very overpowered. I would highly recommend trying this combo out if you guys haven't. That's why my Stam Sustain looks so good in the video as well. And as you can see, I've slotted quite a bit of Shirking Heals. Shirking Heals got nerfed, but we have a lot more slots to put it in now. So yeah, ideally we'd be running like 10 Shirking Heals on this build. For the Amulet, we've got Shirking Empower, Divine Health. I think I'm keeping this Amulet for quite some time. I might upgrade that one to 800 because Divine no longer exists with such a powerful perk like that. And then the ring, I've got a Thrust Damage and Gambled Energy Ring with Healing Breeze. Ideally, we replace this with a ring that has thrust damage 2 and healing breeze 2 on it. We'll get there. It's all in due time. And then Endless Thirst, I'm not sure I want to keep this. We've got Shirking Heals on it here, but I might actually switch to a different artifact because we cannot get Regenerating and we cannot get the 10% cooldown reduction perk on the earring with Endless Thirst. So yeah, it's a good piece for sure. The healing power is really good, but it definitely got balanced out from where it was last patch, and it's not the end all be all. And of course, I'm running Dark Ascent, very OP. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the build, and I will see y'all next time.